All right, we got a 97, 6 or 7, 11 of 96 is when this was built, and it is a Dewey's bed, and we had a couple things to work out. We had quite a mess with the wiring for the trailer lights, and we wanted to get all that worked out. That's task number 1. And a lot of times these conversion kits are plugged in here, but if you can see all the corrosion, especially in that pin there, you know, they're not terribly weather tight. You can see lots and lots of wear there. So we had multiple problems within this harness back here. There's more down in the trash can, just lots and lots of bad wiring. So the 6-blade RV style, which is the new one, there is a 6-pin old school one. I didn't bother hooking that up. If this person ever needs to run a flat 4, they can plug an adapter in there and run flat 4. But this controller I've got is really kind of something I wanted to showcase a little bit. And we have the key on, engine off. We're going to turn on the park lights here. And you can see that it does check and sweep the gain control. We do have a problem with that, but as I toggle the park lights on and off, and as I turn on the signals, I can verify all that. So we're verifying the ground, obviously both turn signals. Reverse lights are not necessarily a big deal in the application because I know the trailer that he's using doesn't have anything auxiliary supply. We're going to turn that off. I've got just a stick in here. I'm going to attempt to be able to push on the brake lights, make sure that they're working correctly. But here's where the rub is. When I pump that brake or push the gain on here, I should be able to control this gain setting here. And this has the ability to check it. But what I've got is I have power and everything hooked up to that brake controller, but something's wrong inside the brake controller. So if we want to get that taken care of, it's going to need a new brake controller. But as far as lighting, everything works like it's supposed to. The other task that we had was getting this Dewey's to operate correctly. Now I'm going to go ahead and fire it up, so you're going to hear a little bit of diesel in the background. Sorry if it's noisy. Okay, so the other task was getting this controller to work. And you'll hear an audible click, and the light came on. We had several wiring issues with the power feed to this. And what we've got is we have the system working now. That's all operating. And you can see here kind of what I'm doing. But what I have an issue with is we have a mechanical bind inside the pinch portion for those arms to come in for the hay bale. So I do have it operational, but as far as tilt and load or unload, but I don't have the back taken care of. So that's going to be a whole different issue other than the first wiring problem we've got. The other thing, we've got a good Parker pump. I know it's really loud, but we got some pretty good leaks right here. Hopefully it shows up here on camera. We have hydraulic leaks going on with that hydraulic system that works the bed too. So, I mean, it will operate, but there's going to be more work needed for this one. And I wanted to just kind of cover that before we just started tearing the world apart. Maybe the pinch portion is not necessary for the use that it's intended for, but I'm sure it'd be nice to work. I have lubed and tried to get all this freed up here. There's a little bit of damage here where I'm concerned that it's maybe pinching this, because this side does not move at all. Doesn't even really attempt to. The driver's side does try and move, but there's going to be more work needed. So that's kind of where we're at. I wanted to run through some of the checks with the trailer light checking system that I use, as well as, you know, basically go over where we stand with this Dewey's bed and what it's going to take to get it back going. Hopefully this maybe sheds some light on it for somebody out there.